First up, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that bilateral relations between India and China are on course for some improvement after the successful disengagement agreement along the line of actual control, that is the border, effectively in Eastern Ladakh. He briefed the Indian Parliament's lower house on Tuesday while also saying that the next item on India's priority list is its engagement with China is de-escalation on the border.
The House is aware that our ties have been abnormal since 2020, when peace and tranquility in the border areas were disturbed as a result of Chinese actions. Recent developments that reflect our continuous diplomatic engagement since then have set our ties in the direction of some improvement.
India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar briefing India's lower house of Parliament about the latest developments in India-China ties after October's successful disengagement and patrolling agreement along the line of actual control or LAC in Eastern Ladakh. He noted how relations are now on the path towards being mended after they were derailed in the aftermath of the clashes between troops in Doklam in 2020, following the amassing of a large number of troops by China.
The situation arising after our counter-deployment in 2020 called for multiple sets of responses. The immediate priority was to ensure disengagement from friction points so that there would be no further untoward incidents or clashes. This, has been fully achieved, as I will explain. The next priority will be to consider de-escalation that would address the massing of troops along the LAC with associated accompaniments.
The minister also pointed out how, during the intervening period, the Indian Armed Forces carried out effective counter-deployment to the enhanced Chinese presence and border infrastructure was also bolstered.
The House would also recognize that there has been a significant improvement in the border infrastructure, which has made such effective counter-deployment possible. This is reflected, amongst others, in the increase of border infrastructure allocations in the last decade. The Border Roads Organization, BRO, alone has incurred 3 times the expenditure level of what it was a decade ago.
The External Affairs Minister also spelled out what India expects will happen next in its engagement with China to gradually normalize relations.
The conclusion of the disengagement phase now allows us to consider other aspects of our bilateral engagement in a calibrated manner, keeping our national security interests first and foremost. In my recent meeting with Foreign Minister Wang Yi, we reached an understanding that the special representatives and the Foreign Secretary level mechanisms will be convening soon.
Clearly, India's approach of no business as usual till border tensions are addressed has led China to rethink its stance. India will keep its security interests at the forefront in all dealings with China. Gautam Roy's report for DD India.